Hello and welcome to today's webinar, Break Free, Escape Your Backup Vendor with Dropsuite. This presentation is specifically designed for MSPs that are frustrated with their current backup vendor, that are seeking a more reliable and flexible backup solution, and or MSPs looking to escape long-term contracts and convoluted billing systems in favor of a more innovative and transparent service. We have quite a few people registered for this webinar, and it seems this topic seems to hit a chord with folks, so it's very exciting. I'm already seeing some folks trickle in, so I think rather than waiting any longer, let's just dive into the housekeeping and then we could get rolling. We've got the Q&A chat open now. It's going to be turned on now and throughout the course of the presentation. Feel free to throw in any questions that you have. At the end of this session, we do have time dedicated for an FAQ section, and then we'll go ahead and add in any of the questions that roll in that have been input into the Q&A section. This presentation is being recorded, and we will be sending out the recording and the slides in the next couple of days. If you happen to be watching this replay sometime in the future, I want to welcome you, and please do go to dropsuite.com/contact if you have any questions based on the conversation that you see today, since you won't be able to interact with us live. Let's go ahead and dive into the presentation. I'll go ahead and give myself a little bit of an intro in addition to our main presenter. So hello, I am Katie from the Dropsuite team. I'm happy to be the MC for this presentation today. I'm joined by our primary presenter, Ricky. He's the Director of Customer Support and Services here at Dropsuite. He has a depth of knowledge and has also been working in solutions tailored for managed service providers for many, many years, both in the migration space and also in the backup and compliance space. And we are very, very excited to be presenting you with this information today. So let's get into the agenda to see what we're going to talk about, and then I'll hand it over to who you came here to listen to. For the agenda today, we're going to go into a little bit of who we are as Dropsuite, tell you a little bit about our story and what we offer, and then what is Dropsuite Partner Services? What is this offering that we're here today to tell you about? We want to tell you a little bit about the process and give you some clarity and information on how we go about executing this and doing this for the MSPs that we are happy to be transitioning from these vendors over into Dropsuite. We'll dive into the FAQ, and then we will go into the Q&A. So with no further ado, we can go ahead, and I'm going to hand the mic over to Ricky, and he can take us on this journey.
Perfect. Thank you, Katie. Welcome in, everyone. Very excited to talk about this topic today, near and dear to my heart. So yeah, let's hop right in. We'll start really with why MSPs change backup vendors. You know, you get into a place where the business relationship isn't exactly what you want. You're getting frustrated or uncomfortable with, terms, prices, features. You have multiple backup vendors that you're using. You're looking to consolidate down. You're looking for a platform that provides you multiple different options, not just backup, but being able to perform real-time archive, having the compliance features, the e-discovery, things that you're looking to augment from just M365 or Google in and of itself, or the other products that we support as well. There's the time factor, there's the people resource factor, being able to build tools to move systems, not being from a backup perspective or archive perspective, platforms that offer easy integrations to be able to get data in and out. You're looking around, you tried to scope different things, and you're just kind of unhappy with what you found in the marketplace so far. And then once you're kind of onboarded and in the throes of using a solution, when something does come up, it is software, you're not really impressed with the support that you receive with your current vendor. So Dropsuite, who we are, we help businesses stay in business. This is really highlighted by who we work with today. Over 4,000 transacting MSPs. We're trending towards 1.5 million paid users in more than, I think, 112 countries now. And of that subset of partners, starting to get towards the 1,000 MSPs that operate globally within multiple data centers of ours. So we're partner built, we're channel built. Nearly 100% of the end clients and organizations that we service are through distribution and MSPs. This is the way that we work. This is the way that we innovate. This is really where we get our juice, being able to build products, features, and functions that fit your business needs, and that cascades across partners. Um, Really, where we are and what we do is predicated on our deep partnerships with our MSPs and distributors. We're constantly investing in the success of our partners, distributors, and end clients. This is really evident in the way that we structure our organization. Nearly 60% of our teams are product and engineering. That's not including of support, sales, marketing, etc. We really focus on building solutions for today and continuing to innovate on top of that platform. This kind of shows through in the awards that we win. This is 5 consecutive years now through software reviews of being number one in the security and backup space. And then what our partners tell us. From a support perspective, we are 99% support satisfaction. This is as far as we've been communicated to industry leading, and especially in a space of SaaS where there's a multitude of vendors. This is really the standout for us and what we do and how we deliver for our partner. Kind of piggybacking on top of that, the things that we service in terms of what we protect, M365, Google Workspace, we have a QuickBooks Online offering, and we do have a website and database backup product that we offer as well. So we really touch, the not only the core products in depth, but we also get very wide in terms of how we're able to support our partners and their end clients. You know, from a cloud backup perspective, um, we have deep, rich feature set and functions around archiving for compliance. So one of our monikers is, not your grandpa's backup solution. Being able to offer Dropsuite for public sector, which includes your municipalities, your GCC low, medium, and being able to offer solutions for nonprofits as well. In doing that, we are your global partner. 14 different global data centers that allow us to store data where you need, when you need, and provide standalone access and data sovereignty in that regard as well. From a support and responsiveness perspective, we are global 7 days a week. We're staffed across 4 major regions, being Australia, APAC, EMEA, and Americas. So constantly available, constantly working to build and help our partner. Why MSPs, whether you're a current partner attending today or a prospective partner and really starting to dig into Dropsuite, why we are constantly chosen: the ease of doing business, month-to-month terms. We don't hold data hostage. We don't do 1, 2, 3 contracts. We entertain that if that's something that one of our partners wants to investigate. But our standard terms are month to month. Our moniker is we earn your business every single month. Predictable billing, unlimited storage, same price, no scale up, no scale down, no minimums, no fluctuations. This is really evident in the fact that less than 3% of our business churns annually. Product stability and exceptional support. One of the favorite bits of feedback that my team gets, being the director of support and hearing from them, is, hey, this thing just works. When we do have questions, it's functions, features. Hey, how do I use this? How do I better leverage this solution for my business? Being able to, again, offer multiple options, backup and archiving compliance that allows for not only the partner, but in many cases, access for the end user as well through 2 separate portals, safeguarding data, being able to split that out and control our access through roles and features and functions. Now, kind of to the topic at hand, why switching to Dropsuite makes sense. Changing vendors is hard. This is something, as Katie alluded to, I spent nearly a decade in the migration space, both direct for M365 and then through a SaaS vendor as well. And it requires skills, people, time, investment, the ability to build tools, streamline data, work with your vendor. It's a project of immense proportion. So what we've done here at Dropsuite is we've tried to eliminate all of those hurdles for the MSP by taking on all of the work. That's the movement of the data, that's the project planning, that's the scoping with you, being able to facilitate a quick and easy thoughtless transition is the way that I describe this. Being your white glove service concierge throughout that entire process, and being able to work with you to verify, make sure that you're comfortable with the results, and then and only then do we, exit and kind of close that project. Moving vendors, it usually means that you're going to have to take a long period of time. You're going to have to scale up more people. You're probably going to want to build tools, which means that the individuals that you employ to the project are going to be some of the highly skilled uh, people in your organization. And that takes away from the day-to-day work and the other impactful things that you're trying to do to earn your end clients business on a day-to-day basis. As an MSP, the constant engagement through all of the solutions that you offer. This is what Dropsuite really goes and enables for you. We are the industry experts. We do have global staff. We make this an absolute seamless move where we manage end to end from export to transformation to ingestion to verification of data with you, hand holding along the way and providing deep levels of transparency within that process. As probably everyone here on the call knows, every move of data is very unique. There's unique requirements. We tailor each one through a scope of work with our partner and make sure that we're touching all of the pieces and making sure that the project is outlined and detailed in a way that makes sense for not only the MSP, but in many cases for each individual client, because different verticals, whether construction, we think of finance, we think of the public sector. There's just things that I's that need to be dotted, T's that need to be crossed, and being able to do this at scale. So the projects that we work on vary from 100, in some cases as low as 50 seats, all the way up to the 10,000 plus seat engagement. Being able to execute those on a proper timeline and really able to scale that down from months to weeks. The end-to-end service, we handle project management, we handle the data move, we help you with all of the tenant creation, the organization, the setup, the authentication, and then we go through and verify the initial backup as well as the ingestion results from the data that we export and ingest. What this means for you in terms of what you can expect through partner services is we walk from soup to nuts through the entire process with you. We come in, we'll do discovery with you, explain what we're looking for, why we're looking for it, what that data means, what the telemetry looks like for the data. With the other vendor, we'll go through a scope of work and a master service agreement. We'll walk through all of the setup. This is both authentication and access into the other system, as well as all of the infrastructure that we deploy throughout one of our global data centers. We do this where the data will end up living. So there isn't a transitory period of, data only sits in Americas or EMEA or APAC. We actually light up our partner services infrastructure within the data center that you're going to be using. And then we begin. We begin the data export process. We scale through this with the tooling that we've created by competing vendor, and we walk that through export. In many cases, the data needs to be massaged to be in a form to ingest, and then we perform the ingestion, produce the results to you, and then do reviews. Some random sampling, some comparison, A/B testing, etc. And then once everyone's comfortable with the results and the end product, we wrap that engagement and we dissolve the service agreement that's specific to partner services, and you're up and running with a product that just works. Uh, the questions that I typically get asked in the conversations, I transact through a distributor. One of the many that were offered through. Is this service available? Absolutely. Our software licensing is, if you transact through a distributor, is completely managed there. This is just a separate agreement with Dropsuite Direct, specific to partner services and the vendor to vendor, as we call it, vendor swap transit period. How do I make sure the data is available for transfer? The solutions that we can go in and extract data from, the only requirement is that there's a download option. Um, if the data is available to take out, we'll take the data out. The workloads that we offer, only emails, SharePoint and OneDrive aren't eligible, and you can translate this to Google Workspace as well for Drive and Group. The reason being is SharePoint and OneDrive data is really static. My experience as a sysadmin and environment manager, SharePoint and OneDrive are kind of the places that everybody dumps their items, and there is no deletion. So as part of the process, we stand up the active backups on the Dropsuite side. We already start accumulating data as we're doing the historical export, transformation, and ingestion process. What do I need to tell my client about transitioning their data to Dropsuite? This is near and dear to my heart because every client is different. We can help. We have some templates. We've walked through this with many organizations already. In some cases, the MSP has complete control of the data, and vendor is MSP vendor of choice. It's sold as a package, and there isn't a communication. In some cases, each end client needs to be walked through. We're happy to go through as the vendor, as the experts in the process, present with you, co-sell with you, manage that process. The cost, much like your business, much like each individual end client, each partner service engagement is unique, and we price this actually through that discovery process. So much like the rest of our business, we partner heavily with you, being able to find the right solution and work through those projects. And then, kind of the most important question: how fast can you start? Depends on our availability and our queue. In many cases, we're able to start projects as quickly as a few days. We go through discovery, we come through with that scope of work, we get agreement, we start working.
All right, cool. And I'm just eyeballing the Q&A portion. We've got two questions that I think you might have just hit on, Ricky, but I'll ask them, and then another one has just rolled in as well, so we'll hit that. So the first two that you might just want to underscore, which vendors do you offer extraction for, and what data do you export and ingest?
Yeah, great question. Uh, we can fall back to that requirement of if there is a download option available and the vendor allows data to be taken out, we will go in and extract that data. And then we roll back to that email piece there, where that's really the critical communication data that's heavily regulated in many industries and verticals. So that's what we focus on.
Okay. This other question that's rolled in, is there a separate option available that does include shared drive SharePoint? We have customers that use cloud as their primary file source and are using a different cloud backup as their primary backup.
Yeah, so currently we don't offer the ability to ingest data. On a case by case basis, we've scoped being able to house that data for you. The only requirement is we would work with you and then with that vendor to do a mass export, and we will actually hold the data in our data center, being able to provide that back to you at request. It's a pretty simple support ticket of, hey, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I need, and we can actually wrap much like in our product retention policies, to start trimming that data down as well. So we're not holding something that you wouldn't want held or the end client doesn't want discoverable. Well,
Perfect. And it looks like that's all of the questions that we have loaded in. I know we're doing excellent on time. And so if there's anyone who has another question or more questions, feel free. As I'm kind of rattling off the last of this housekeeping stuff as we're wrapping up here, go ahead and I'll keep an eyeball on the Q&A box. But The screen that you have up here or that you see up here, there's a QR code there that will take you to the Partner Services webpage with a little bit more information. There's also a form there if you want to get in touch with us um, and have those discovery conversations and see about getting any of your clients moved over to Dropsuite. We'd love for the option, the ability, the privilege to do the heavy lifting for you. We also have a partner program. You could learn a little bit more about that. You could explore our website. But really, just mostly very excited to bring this content to you today. This is a newer offering for us that we've kicked the tires enough to know that it's a needed and needed offering, and there's a lot of interest and excitement around it. So we're very excited to be bringing this option out there for MSPs. It's been a real pleasure today to give this information to you, and don't ever hesitate to reach out. We're at dropsuite.com. We're only ever a email or a click or two away. And if there are no other questions, and it doesn't look like there's been any more that have rolled in, we will go ahead and say goodbye for now. But again, we're here for you. Any questions that come up, dropsuite.com. Thank you all so much for your time. We appreciate your interest.
Thank you.